So now you are aware that you have a specific money block waiting for you to release it. But now, what do you do with that information? And most importantly, how can you remove it? Let's talk about it on this episode. You are listening to the Happy and Wealthy Bilingual Podcast, a place where we combine personal finance with powerful lessons to expand your money mindset so you can embody the wealthiest and happiest version of yourself. I'm your host, Alejandra Rojas, finance professional and money mindset expert, and here is your weekly episode to start shifting your reality. But before we dive into today's episode, do you know most of new entrepreneurs never become profitable because their money blocks literally sabotage their success? I know, but this doesn't have to be you. I've created a unique one-on-one money block diagnosis to turn your block into a strength. And this session is only available for people listening to this podcast. And spots are very limited, so book yours now at alejandrar.com/exclusive. So now what? You have taken the quiz. Now you are aware of what is that biggest money block waiting for you to release. That block that is stopping you from getting more money, from enjoying money in general, but also is stopping you from making profit in your business and from having success with money as a female entrepreneur. Now what? Well, now that discomfort has a name, and that's huge in itself because now you can pinpoint that feeling that you really didn't know how to express. But with this awareness, we take it to a different level. And kind of like a diagnosis. You have had a diagnosis, just like when you go to the doctor and they tell you, oh, you have this, these are the symptoms. You kind of feel a relief. And I know because every single one of you that have expressed, hey, I took in the quiz, this is exactly how I feel. You are describing me to a T. And if you haven't done it, go to alejandrar.com/quiz and take the quiz because it is the first step. But now that you have named that discomfort, it's a relief because you know now that first you have a diagnosis and the treatment is coming. Second, because you know that other people may have been feeling this way too. You are not alone in this journey, and this is huge, especially for us female entrepreneurs. Because with money and entrepreneurship, we so often believe that it's our problem, our mind, closed doors, just my problem. And it is not like there is a big amount of female entrepreneurs feeling exact the same way. So that just please be aware of it and find some comfort on it because this means that you are on the right track. By you being able to see it, to be aware of it, and understanding that it's not a you problem, that it has a solution, the treatment is coming, your brain automatically will lower the guards, lower the walls, and start finding the solution. And I'm gonna help you with that. And number 3, it's also a relief because now you have identified that it is so easy for you to get past that. It may sound too easy to be true, but it is true. I mean, just last week in a group of one of my clients, we saw the power of this live. After going through the process of identifying the money blocks, their money blocks, I was able to use what I call the mass money block blaster so beautifully. We use this money block blaster, the mass money block blaster, to effectively remove that block that they identify their blocks. And in our follow-up session, especially specifically to the person that was in the hot seat on this master class, we were able to do a follow-up session, and she expressed, and I quote, "It is like it completely disappeared. I've been showing up on my business and on my life like I've never did it before." End quote. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the power of you knowing your specific block and using the mass money block blaster to effectively remove that block so that you can allow that success with money to enter, so that you can allow abundance, financial abundance, so that you can generate profit in your business, so that you can achieve the lifestyle that you wanted, the vision for your life that got you to start your business in the first place, that got you to start putting yourself out there in the first place. And it is all within these 3 steps. Cases like this happen all the time in our masterclass sessions or the challenge, and it is that a mass money block blaster. What is it and how it's gonna help you today? So here's the thing, lovely. To conquer the money game and have a profitable business that supports your lifestyle, you need to start seeing money for what it really and truly is. A multi-dimensional object that it's being controlled by you in many different levels, not just the strategy. And with this, I mean you are not controlling money by selling more. You are not controlling the flow of money by putting out there more offers. You're not controlling the flow of money by going into a starving diet and not spending a cent on anything. That is not what I'm referring here. It's not just about the strategy. Those levels have to do with mess. The mess money block blaster. You're getting the cue here. So mess stands for mindset, emotions, a strategy, and the way that everything glues together, which is synergy. Mess is mindset, emotions, strategy, and a beautiful synergy. For instance, let's say that you have decided to start your business a couple of years ago because it got to a point in your life when things change dramatically. I mean, you wanted time freedom for X or Y reason. You started your side hustle and it became a business. And you have put down the hours to make it work. And even draft offers and had some clients here and there, but when you think about actually living 100% of your business, your body feels the discomfort of what you can better express as the big question of who am I to have this? I mean, seriously, who am I to have this? Like, who do I think I am to be able to make enough money for me not only to support my bills with my business, but to actually support the lifestyle that I want, the vision of my life that I want for my business? And that, even though that you cannot express that, that is the feeling in your body. That is the more raw, naked feeling in your body. I mean, your ability to see the value within yourself completely frees you up in a way that words cannot describe. It's it's some like a, yeah, I don't belong here. And that thought, that specific moment that can happen within seconds, have now triggered deeper layers with your money that you have been living up to today. You have been living but haven't noticed it yet. And here is where the Mass Money Block Blaster comes in and do the work that you will receive in day number 2. So when you sign up, here's where the blaster comes in. For that specific story, like what I just told you, is one of many, many stories that I have worked with my clients. So for that specific story that I told you, when it comes to the Mass Money Block Blaster, in this case, you will have to be laser focused on the emotional layer, because for that specific situation that I just described, because for that specific story, for that specific block, the emotional side takes priority. No matter, regardless of the strategy that you put in place, that emotional layer is going to scream very loud and is going to sabotage that strategy. It's going to sabotage any mindset work that you want to do. And this is why the Mass Money Block Blaster is so important and so effective. Okay, so what can you do to fix after knowing your specific money block? Well, I have 3 things for you. 1, identify it. Make sure that you are identifying and you're giving attention to what is asking for attention. And if you haven't done it, if you are listening to this podcast and you haven't done it, go to alejandroar.com/quiz and be sure to identify the biggest money block at the moment. Just give attention to is asking for your attention. Number 2, dedicate at least 10 minutes today to work through the exercise in day number 2 that you have received so that you can see the results. It's we have to put in the action, and it's not always the go for it offer actions. Most of this action is inner work. And number 3, last thing that I have for you, that I'm very excited because it's a little bit like, Ale, why you make me wait so much for everything? There is a reason why I don't deliver the information to you all at once. Just trust the process, and it is for your best interest. If you receive all the information at once, your brain immediately is gonna go, you know what, we are doing things just fine. It's a little bit like you have won the battle with your brain, fighting over the way that you are used to do the things, but no, it's not really your natural way to do it because it doesn't feel easy. So number 3, last action that I want you to keep in mind is that you have to take this specific action that I'm going to be delivering in day number 3 after you have received what is your specific block. So in day number 3, you are going to receive your specific action for that block. And I want you to take action on it if you are ready to change the relationship with money that you have, and if you are ready to commit yourself to remove all the money blocks so that you can welcome abundance, so that your business can generate profit, and that you can actually go and say you are